A while back, we were doing a live stream with Wharfedale talking through the heritage line, and someone in the chat actually asked why there was no center channel for the series. Well, turns out a lot of people had been wondering the same exact thing, and because the question kept coming up the rest of the stream, it was loud enough that Wharfedale actually went out and built one. Now, this is the Heritage Center, the first dedicated center channel in the Heritage lineup from Wharfedale. We've had it in our lab paired with the Super Lintons and a couple other speakers for the past few weeks, and we want to walk you through it, including why adding a center channel to any two-channel system while you're running movies is one of the bigger upgrades you can actually make. In this video, we'll cover the backstory, the design, how it actually performs, and who it's really built for. So let's get into it. Now, before we get into the speaker, if you're running a two-channel setup for movies, this part will be relevant for you. A lot of people do this, and honestly, it makes a lot of sense. A good stereo pair sounds considerably better than any soundbar on the market, so why add more speakers at all? Well, the only problem here is that film audio isn't mixed for two channels, and the gap between what you're hearing and what the mix was actually designed to deliver is bigger than most people realize. Well, the center channel in a properly mixed film, it's going to be carrying somewhere around 60 to maybe 70% of the total audio information, primarily dialogue, voiceovers, and the anchor of nearly every single scene. When you play that back through a stereo system, your receiver or amplifier that is using that data takes the center channel information and folds it into the left and right speakers through a process called down mixing. The result is the center channel track gets mixed down to mono, which in theory should work well, but only if you are sitting dead center between the two speakers and they are perfectly centered on your TV and so on. Well, this means it's a one-person experience at best. You've probably noticed the symptoms without necessarily connecting them right to the cause here. Dialogue that feels slightly loose or detached from the image can kind of happen. Lines of conversations might get a little bit buried when a music cue or sound effect hits at the same exact time. And if you're sitting off center a little bit from your listening position, voices might start pulling toward whichever speaker is closer to you, which makes longer viewing sessions subtly fatiguing in a way that's sort of hard to pin down. So a dedicated center channel addresses all of that at once. It takes everything that's getting folded into your left and right and puts it exactly where it belongs, locked directly below or above your screen, and you get stable and clear sound regardless of where anyone is sitting in the room. If you've been running a stereo pair and you haven't added a center channel for movies yet, you should definitely try it because the difference is gonna be pretty big for you. But we should point out that if your amplifier is only made for two channels, you will probably need to upgrade to a home theater receiver to add a center channel. It's one of those upgrades where when you have one in there, you immediately understand what you've been missing, and it's pretty hard to go back to stereo left and right for movies. Now, we have a full video on how to properly also set up a center channel that is also worth going over and looking at. We cover everything, how to integrate it with your existing stereo system, how to configure it in your receiver and crossover settings. I'll link all that down below because if you do decide to add this one or any center channel, you should probably watch that one as well. So back to how the Heritage Center channel came to be. Well, Wharfedale's Heritage series has been one of the more quietly dominant speaker lines in the last several years. The Linton relaunched in 2019 after an extended absence and immediately found an audience. The Super Linton followed along with the Denton models at various sizes, and the UK-built Dovedale and Aston at the higher end of the range also came out. We have videos to a bunch of those down below. They're definitely worth checking out if you're looking for some new speakers. But what ties all of them together is the real wood veneers, the cloth grills, and a warm musical character that really doesn't give up on detail to get there. They look like furniture in the best way possible, which is a big part of why people keep gravitating toward them. As the Heritage series grew, more people started using these speakers as their primary audio for TV, for movies, running the Lintons or Super Lintons through a receiver and watching films through a system that was never really designed for that use case in mind. And the consistent problem was that there was no center channel that belonged in that system, nothing that really matched that veneer options that they have, and the same driver approach or the tonal character of them. Well, your choices were either to run without a center channel entirely, which as we just covered is a real compromise for movie watching, or to go ahead and add something that sort of looked visually mismatched and sounded like it came from maybe a different design philosophy. Neither option is really a great choice, and we can see that's where the frustration came up constantly in so many comments and forums, and even during that live stream we had, which is what finally pushed them over the line to add this to their lineup. The Heritage Center here is a three-way design, which is worth calling out specifically because a lot of center channels actually cut corners corners and go two-way to keep the cabinet small and the price down. A two-way center channel means that your tweeter or woofer, depending on the design, is handling frequencies that really should belong to a dedicated mid-range driver, which could be a problem because the mid-range is where a lot of those voices live. A three-way design like this one has a dedicated driver for that range, and that makes a pretty big difference in dialogue clarity and separation, particularly when the mix starts to get really busy with lots of stuff happening. Now, there are some awesome two-way center channels out there, so I don't want to knock all of them, but typically they're at the higher end of the price scale. Now, the driver layout in this one is two 6.5-inch woven Kevlar woofers on the outside, a 2-inch soft dome mid-range in the center, and a 1-inch soft dome tweeter. The Kevlar combs and dome materials mirror exactly what Wharfedale uses in their Linton and their Super Linton, which again is not by accident here. The crossover points are at 900 Hz and 2.7 kHz, which is basically keeping that mid-range driver right in the sweet spot for vocals. The cabinet is rear ported and has great internal bracing, and it reaches down to 47 Hz at -6 dB. So for a center channel cabinet, that's a pretty solid low-end extension, and it's what keeps it from collapsing or sounding thin when a movie scene gets really loud and dynamic. If you've ever experienced stereo speakers with a really small, mismatched little center speaker, you'll know what I'm talking about here. Now, I do want to add one more practical note about the rear ported design that this one has, because it has two rear ports on it. You really do want to give this speaker some breathing room behind it. You should try to leave at least maybe 6 inches between the back of the cabinet and the wall, and try to avoid placing it inside an enclosed media console where the port is blocked. It doesn't need a ton of space, but a cramped placement could possibly choke the low end and also make it sound a little bit honky, which you won't really let you experience what the speaker is actually capable of. We talk a lot more about this in our center channel guide, again linked down below. Now on the spec side, sensitivity is 90 dB, nominal impedance is 6 ohms with a minimum of 4 ohms, and it's listed as compatible with 8 ohm rated amplifiers and receivers, so it'll work with essentially pretty much any AV receiver on the market right now. Recommended amplifier power is 25 to 150 watts with a peak SPL of 106 dB, which means this speaker can play loud and stay composed while doing it. Physically, it's 21.7 inches wide, 9.8 inches tall, and 12.6 inches deep, including the terminals. It weighs at just under 31 pounds, so it's a pretty solid, substantial cabinet, not something that's gonna rattle around on a media console. It's also available in walnut, mahogany, and black oak with the same real wood veneers, black baffle, vintage cloth grille, and gold Wharfedale badge as the rest of the Heritage lineup. Now, another thing which is really cool is every single Heritage model goes through Peter Comeau, who is Wharfedale's Director of Acoustic Design, and the Heritage Center is no different. It goes through him as well. Now, he's been responsible for the character of the entire Heritage line, which means that this isn't a center channel designed to approximate the sound of the Linton or the Denton. It was designed specifically to be totally indistinguishable from that entire family. The crossover was engineered for this specific driver array in this specific cabinet, which is just great to see. The voicing matches the Linton and Super Linton, so dialogue sits forward and is really clear without getting harsh up top, and there's really a good amount of body in the lower mid-range that voices, they just sound full and natural rather than really thin like it's coming from a really small center channel. The goal was a center channel that disappears into the Heritage system and does its job without calling attention to itself, and based on our testing and time with it, that is exactly what they built here. So let's talk about what the sound actually was for us in our testing. Well, we ran it in our lab with the Super Lintons handling the left and the right, and the improvement in soundstage and stability compared to running the Super Lintons in stereo and down mixing the sound was immediately obvious to us. And we had a lot of people come in and test it, and we turned the center channel on and off, and it was a huge difference for movies. Action sequences that previously had a slightly diffuse, spread out quality became a lot more spatially coherent and just easier to follow. We ran some content that we know really, really well, and material that has both dense action audio and then also some quiet dialogue heavy scenes. And again, this center channel handled both ends of that range pretty dang well. The mid-range performance is where the speaker really makes the strongest case here. That 2-inch soft dome is doing exactly the job that it was designed for. Again, voices just have texture to them and presence that stays intelligible at volume levels where a two-way center would maybe start to compress or lose definition. We really pushed it through some demanding sequences and didn't really run into any congestion or smearing that you might expect from a lesser design at similar volumes. And again, one of the favorite things about this is the tonal match with the Super Lintons across the front soundstage is just as close as you could reasonably hope for. Audio panning from center to left to right just moved through the soundstage, and there was really coherent and a really continuous sound. You don't hear a different sounding speaker taking over the middle as it passes by. And that handoff was super smooth, and it's really what makes the whole front stage sort of feel like a unified system rather than just a collection of individual speakers up front. So if you own the Lintons, the Super Lintons, Dentons, or any other heritage speaker and you're watching movies at all through a 2-channel setup, this is an extremely logical upgrade available to you right now. Even if you might only use it every now and then, we totally recommend adding it to your system. Now, there's no other center channel that was really designed ground up to match that lineup acoustically or aesthetically. So if you're planning a heritage-based home theater from scratch or just want to add to your 2-channel setup, adding this center channel is a phenomenal option for you, and we're so happy that Wharfedale added it to their lineup. Now, if you have more questions about this specific center channel or center channels in general with your home theater or your 2-channel setup, again, watch that video that I'll link down below that walks you through everything you need to know about center channels, or call or chat with us at audioadvice.com. Our experts live and breathe this stuff. We'd be happy to help you out and tell you if this center channel might be the right fit for you with your speakers or your setup. Now, leave a comment down below. Do you have a pair of Super Lintons or Lintons? Are you gonna add this center channel? Let me know if you are or what you think of this one. You can get yours first at audioadvice.com right now, or any of the other Wharfedale speakers. Go ahead and go over to audioadvice.com. I'll leave links to all this down below. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turning on the notifications so you don't miss out on any of our latest content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.